There's 3 gloves. I don't need 3 gloves. Gloving up. There we go. Thumb was a little loose. Little loose. Today is Friday, right? Yeah, I think it's Friday. Just stop for a second there. Hey, Creased. What's up? How's it going? I guess I'll open the soda before I get started. So we're starting by just putting this switch back together. And then we'll pull out a broken OLED. I think I fixed the delay on the face cam, so it should be synced with my voice now. Am I forgetting any? Yeah, I knew I was forgetting something. Does this one go here? What did I do with this one? That's actually a good question. What is this? What? There's this little thing I have stuck to there. Where'd that come from? You just uploaded the last version of your RCM payload. It's now testing the PCI link for the Wi-Fi chip. Oh, sweet. That's awesome. What would I have done with the little plate from this one? Oh, they're right here. There they are. Where does this one go? What is that? What's that one? I guess this is the one that goes over the eMMC. I don't know why this one has a pad and this one doesn't. Interesting. What about my donor OLED? What does that one look like? It doesn't have one. Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna put it on the. Nope. Let's go this way. Why not? Hello, Ace. How's it going? It's your Saturday, huh? That's right. See if I can eyeball this. Yeah, yeah. Not too hard. That wasn't too hard. And then this one. Alright. Nope, nope, I missed. This might be easier with tweezers, but that's okay. We're gonna get it. There we go. Alright, I think that's everything I gotta put on it before I can stick it back in here. Now I'm curious where, so if I put this in, that goes right there. Interesting. I don't know when or why they added that little pad there, but whatever. Who cares, right? Little nod to Northwest Repair there. I'm a little off center. There we go. Now I gotta fish this wire out. Yeah, this one's sticky down. Yeah, just go like this. Yeah, almost got it. There we go. And speaker wires in the right place. Okay, we just need to get the power button and our OLED connector. There we go. And where's our fan? This way. Okay. Now let's get it all screwed in. I think I might need some more screws. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I need one more. I wonder if this battery's charged. I don't remember. Ow. I poked myself. Hello, Twitch. Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you for being on Twitch too, because I actually need one more day. So just today of I think it's I'm pretty sure it's 4 viewers on Twitch is all I need, and then that should let me become affiliate. Hello, Technic. Welcome in. So by the way, this is the what did we do to this board? This was the liquid damage one. That's right. It had damage. What was it, around the audio and up here, and we reflowed everything. I think that's all we did. And I threw it in the ultrasonic cleaner after it started to boot. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Technic. I appreciate that. Is that in there? I think so. Yeah, that's in. Alright. Screw this fan down. And then let's just make sure we're booting, make sure everything's working as it was. Plug in some power. There we go. Battery indicator, that's good. Should be, yeah, I think it's booting. Yep, there it goes. Perfect. Okay, we can keep working on this one. Well, keep putting it together, I mean. Turn it off. Actually, you know what? It's really not even necessary. I can just unplug it, flip it over. I gotta yank the battery out anyway. I need my blunt tweezers. Now, I think these blunt tweezers might actually be like my favorite out of all my tweezers. I probably use them the most. The precise tweezers are nice for like a lot of specific scenarios, but these ones, like in general, just for holding things, are great. What even are these tweezers? Where did I even get this? I don't even remember. Let me push this in. Get in there. Oh, it's halfway in. It's being stubborn. Oh, there it goes. And this one. Oh yeah, I gotta put in our USB-C screws too. Those are always the ones that I tend to forget if I forget any of them. Those are the long ones, I think. Perfect. Alright, just a little double check. Make sure that's everything. I think so. I think we're good to go. Now, where's our... Yeah, there it is, right under there. Just pop that in. This takes one screw. Wonder why they put a long screw there. I mean, surely you don't need all that, all that much screw right there. Okay. And wait. Ah, hold on now. Heatsink goes on first. I was thinking after for some reason. Eh, what did I do with the plate? That's a good question. Here's my heatsink. I'll just grab one out of my drawer. You don't know what I did with it? Unless it's around here. No, I probably put it away without realizing. I actually got like all my spare parts stored in bags now, so they're not just all randomly in a drawer that I have to just fish through. It's quite nice. Little organization. Yeah, let me give this a little clean real quick. Make sure these are all pressed in. Nope, they are popped out. So let's press those in. Oh, this one's folded over too? Yeah, I gotta unfold it. I got none at all. There we go. Got it. Wait a minute, I just noticed a bunch of these are smashed. They must have got crunched down in that drawer or something before I organized it. Can I just lift these? I might just grab another one so I don't have to deal with this right now. I'll do that later. Let's see. Got plenty more. There we go. How's this one looking? Better. I still need to pop in the sides. This one still needs more. And this one. That should be good. Put on our thermal paste. Nice. Heard them all snap in. Smash that paste down, although you don't really have to do it with your finger because it will all get smashed down when you screw in copper heatsink. This one has a little blemish here. I don't know if that corrosion will eat away at it over time or if this is okay. I think I'm gonna put on a different one just to be safe. Hi Lemanoid, what's up? Alright, where are my OLED heat sinks? There they are. Only got one more. Thermal paste. we go. Now I'm gonna have to get another screw out because I only have 2 of these. On the bench at least. Why is my lid not going on? Oh, because there's there's a screw stuck to the lid magnet, that's why. It's the only issue I have with those little containers that I made is the corner magnets sometimes attract the screws. Okay, now we can put this on. I think that's it now. Just put the plate back on. Let me turn this on real quick. How much battery do I have? Ooh, what was that? Anybody else hear that? Did you guys hear that? There's like a crackling noise when it turned on from the speakers. What was that? And it just made another when it... You guys hear that? What is that? Did one of these speakers get corroded? Oh yeah, there's no sound. Interesting. We had sound a little bit ago. What happened? What happened? They're both in all the way. Is it repeatable? Hopefully. Yeah, there, it did it again. Okay, something's wrong with the speakers. We're gonna take it back apart. That's why did they work the first time? We could have fixed this before I put it back together. They didn't decide to stop working until we put it back together. Now weird theory, but it couldn't be that, could it? Couldn't be that somehow causing a short to the speakers? Okay, now it still did it. Good. I didn't think so, but you never know, I guess. At least I can get to these speakers for the most part without really taking it any farther apart than this, I think. Now, can we figure out which speaker is causing the issue? Or is it both? Wait, you know what? You know what I just realized? That could have to do with the audio chip. That is where the corrosion was on this board. Oh yeah, I know, 8-bit. Also, hey, what's up? Let me just unplug that one. I think we replaced the audio chip on this one, the whole audio chip. Wait, I didn't plug in the battery. Okay, still made the noise. Now let's plug this speaker back in and unplug the other one so I can see if both of them are doing it. And then I'll plug in a good speaker, and if it's still doing it, then it has to be the audio chip. Really don't have to unplug the battery just for the speakers, but still doing it. Okay, I'm starting to think this is still an issue with the audio chip. Do I have any good OLED speakers I can grab? Yeah, I'll try one of these. So how does the speaker pop out? Is it just held in by like maybe this rail screw? Is that? No, I don't think so. Is there any screws holding it in, or is it just kind of like glued down, I wonder? I've never had to take one of these out. Hmm. Anyone ever taken out an OLED speaker? Oh wait, is that holding it down? Oh, I think it is. I think this screw's holding it down. Still doesn't come up. Wonder if I have to take this bottom plate off. Let's see. Now does it just pop up? Let me take out this rail screw just in case. I don't know if that's holding it or not. Doesn't look like it is, because this screw is too short to really reach that speaker. Does this just pop up? Wait. this is coming up. Is the whole thing just trying just not to break anything? I think it just comes out. It does. And then you have your speaker. Okay. That was dirty. Okay. Let's unplug this. Unplug this speaker in. See if I can get it with the spudger here. Probably not. I think I'm gonna have to use my tweezers. Oh, never mind. There we go. It went right in. Okay. Let's see what we get. I'm hoping it doesn't make a noise. It seems to be glued. It seems like the case, the plastic piece. Hang on, I gotta listen. It still made a noise. And there's still no audio. Ah, no, that means it's the audio chip. Okay, that means something else around the audio chip's not right. So it's got like a membrane around it. See? And I think it was just like stuck down with that membrane. There's some glue on it. And then the speaker just kind of sat in here. I don't think it was glued down or anything. I think it just sits in here, and then this little plus in the middle here just holds it down. It makes contact with, here, it makes contact with that pad there on top of the back of the speaker to hold it in place. And then this is also held in by one screw from that bottom plate, the bottom bezel. Oh, and it looks like, okay, so also it has this little notch here. Oh, try and get that. Okay, see this little notch? So it looks like this has to go in this way first, because that little notch kind of like notches into there. And then you can press it back down, and then just screw it. I guess I'll put this back together. There we go. So I don't think you have to take off the bottom bezel, actually. This is kind of its own screw here. So you could probably do it without taking off this bottom piece. Oh yeah, a bit. I'm glad we could learn together. And I don't think this rail screw did anything. I'm pretty sure it doesn't actually make any contact or anything with the speaker. So it was not necessary to remove it. Oh wait, it goes in here. All right. Well, looks like we're taking it back apart. So we can get to this audio chip and try and figure out what's wrong with it now. It had, like, some of the pads didn't look great, but they looked good enough. Dang, rip my thermal paste, guys. RIP. At least I didn't put anything on the top of it yet. I'll just use the shop cloth. Can't leave the thermal paste on anything or else I attract it to my hands. And then I get thermal paste on every one of my tools that I use afterwards. It's still on. Yeah, look at the fans going. Hey, there you go. Fans good, guys. Confirmed. Oh, USB-C. Oh, that one didn't come out with my screwdriver magnet. There it goes. Alright, let's get all this stuff unplugged. Now we'll take a look at what our audio chip is doing. Let me grab, I like to get these out with two spudgers so I don't bend it. Come on. You're free. Be free. There. Alright. What is going on here? Nothing, because my microscope camera's not on. Why is it not on? Sometimes it randomly does this. Then I had to deactivate it. I had to go okay. I had to go back in. I have to switch the device, then go back in, and then I have to unplug it and plug it back in. And then when it shows up, I have to select it again. And then activate. There. I don't know why it does that. Alright, what's going on over here? Quite a bit of flux left over after that ultrasonic cleaning, actually. I warmed it up, too. Hmm. Wait, is this good? How's that look on screen? Yeah, that's good. Okay. What is going on here? We can touch up our points. I'm surprised at how dirty this still is after the ultrasonic cleaning. Oh yeah, we also reflowed that. I can still see some corrosion under it. Maybe that we should just take that off. Just because you see there's a little corrosion right there. Maybe the reflow wasn't enough. Yeah, let's take that off and see what it looks like under it and give it a better cleaning. What do I need? I need my board holder. Probably heat from the bottom. Yeah, there's like nothing there. Move that up a little. Maybe like that. No, I want more room. I'll just put it in like this. I'm talking like you guys can see me. I understand you can't see me messing with this. Okay, where are we at? Here. Gotta go up, I believe. Okay. Yeah, let's get that off. That looks pretty nasty. Once again, dude, I can't believe how much, like, corrosion is still there after the ultrasonic cleaning. Why is my, there, whoops. Got my microscope's a little bit tilted. I'm gonna need to tighten this down when I get it right. That looks more straight than it was. Oh yeah, that's better. And I'll focus you guys. Yeah, now you can see better. That was weird at an angle, so like half the image was blurry. Might need to recalibrate my focus on the 0.35 what do you call it, focusing lens. Let's get some flux. Gonna get a healthy amount on there. We're gonna come in with 450. Let me put a nozzle on for this. It's gonna be the most comfortable way to put this on. Right there. Okay, 450 at 50%. What tweezers? I'll use these ones. Actually, no, those ones aren't great for picking up chips. Let's use these ones. They might be actually too big. Yeah, these ones take too much pressure to close. Titanium. Got the titanium tweezers. Kind of heating up the board first. Okay, board's warm. And we're just going to focus on this area. We're just about there. Not yet. No, not yet. Be any time. This is factory solder, which is why it's taking longer than the solder that's already melted around the audio chip. Surprised it's not there yet. Could be a little stuck from the corrosion. There it goes. It actually doesn't look too bad. Yeah, get off my tweezers, please. I'm trying to keep this thing in the right orientation, but it doesn't want to work with me. But it actually doesn't look too bad. It looks like it was probably on there fine, and I'm sure I just bridged those when I took it off. Hmm. Refocus this. Nope. There, that's good. That's sharp. Oh, that's gonna be such a pain in the butt to get that area clean. Hopefully I have a stencil to reball this. My microscope's tilted again already. Is it just because the arm? I don't know. That's better though. Is this what that is? Is the LCD driver? I'm actually not sure what this is. I thought it had something to do with 3.3 volts. Alright, let me get the right tip. Okay, I've got the right tip. I'm gonna put a little more flux on there. Oh no, there's a clog in my flux. It's just gonna shoot out when I finally clear it. Nice. Now we're gonna switch tips again. I kind of need a smaller, maybe try this tip. Hopefully this isn't too big. I think that's too big. I might just put the knife tip on. That's a yeah, good to know, wet bunghole. That's something. We're not putting the knife tip down. It's about to get crazy in here. Let's see, how's this? That should be okay. Even my wick is kind of fat for this. I think this is might be my thinnest wick too. Wait, why is my soldering temp on 270? Hold on. Wait a minute. There, back to 380. That is tough to get. I need to cut a little piece of this off. Maybe it'll be a little easier to work with. I'll just grab it with some tweezers. Okay, the tweezers kind of didn't help. Let me try like this. There, that's better. That is tough to get in there. Do I have anything thinner? What is that? 2.5? What is this? I don't even know what this one is. What about in my drawer over here? What's this one? This is 2. I think those are the only ones I have. What's this one look like? I think that's a little better. You can just call me wet, bro. Thanks. I'll do that. It's still on the roll, but whatever. This is a single layer wire. I don't use it much because I hate the single layer. I guess I could fold it over, but let's try something else. Let's actually try to fold it over. Let's cut this bit off. Take our tweezers. That kind of didn't work because it just made it spread out. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Now it's too wide. I hate this wick. Yeah, I've put mod chips on switches before. I have a service for modding. Let's go back to this wick. Yeah, I think I'm gonna warm it up. I don't want to like melt that connector, so I'm probably just gonna use like a lower temp. I don't know, 260. Warm up the board a bit. And make it easier. AC plus headphone amplifier chip. Okay, good to know. Board should be warm now. Let's just go back to our original wick, which I put my flux on this while I let the board cool down after just now heating it. I'll blast it a little more. That was better. You got quite a bit there. There we go. Hey. You have one switch that you bricked after you put Linux on it? Oh, heck, I don't know, dude. I'm not very good with the actual software side of the modding. think I hear my dog whining outside. I'm gonna go see if he's outside and wants in. Yeah, he is. Okay. Come on. Coming back. Alright. Should we replace this chip, I wonder? Or should we just put the old one back on? How did this go? I think it went this way. Could be wrong though. I should probably check. Oop. I found it. Don't worry. It didn't go far. Okay, let's get my other board holder out. I'll grab this chip and clean it. I want to say we just put the old chip back on. Or, you know what? I don't know. Maybe we put a donor just so we can guaranteed rule out this chip. I only have one donor OLED, but it should have that. Yep, right there. This is actually the one I took the audio chip off. How do I... Can I just use my other board holder for this? That would be nice. Yeah, that worked. Okay, words. Actually, I think I might just continue to use this other board holder because it it's better for, I think, when I'm trying to hang it off my workbench. This one, it's a little harder to get it hanging off the edge. It's much better for like fitting the actual whole switchboard, but I think this little one, it's also nice because it has the little indent for the USB-C port, which is pretty nice. So there's no pressure on it. I'll just use this one from now on for hanging things over the edge. Alright. Let's... Honestly, I don't need flux. It's got plenty on it. Old flux, but hey. Usually I take donor parts without any flux, so... We're gonna go back up to 450. Yeah, Kreist is a very knowledgeable guy when it comes to the software side of things. And hardware, you know, both. But he's the guy to talk to. Where are we going? Nope, not yet. Didn't think so, but wanted to give a little check. Bookmarks the GitHub. So you can't boot to the OFW without a Picofly, but you'll be able to reinstall Horizon OS with Manfix Pro with donor keys. Oh yeah, I've actually done that part before. But you definitely can you get it to boot with donor keys and then no? Would you be able to Well, it doesn't really matter if you have a donor key if it's modded, right? Because it's like you're not gonna go online with it anyway. And really the only thing you need the product keys for is to go online, right? Should be getting close. Right. Surprised at how much heat this takes. We're on the edge of the board. Maybe that's why it takes so long. Oh, I can see the solder melting on the audio part, so this is probably ready. Yes. Okay. Now, we want to take note real quick. So the plus, pin 1 is that bottom left one. Okay, good to know. Oh, you just software modded it with RCM on a version 1. Um, yeah, you should still be able to use Namfix Pro on it. I mean, it doesn't make a difference because really you're just trying to recover the Switch itself and not the mod version. Alright, let's see if we can get this chip in here. It's very small. Can I get it to flip? There we go. Will it fall in a hole is the question. I think it'll be alright. Russy Russ. What's up, dude? There we go. That should be okay. Those are some tiny balls. I just realized. Are those smaller than my typical ones I work with on the other chips? I hope I have a stencil for this. I should, but I don't have any universal stencils, so hopefully one of the Switch ones works. Just has a similar ball size. Oh, tip. Okay, still got this tip on here. Let me cut off. Wait, which wick is this? This is the shit one. I don't want to use this one. I don't like that one. Get out of here. Small. Guys, I did actually work on something on my stream today to make it slightly better. I changed the little pictures for like subscriptions and followers when someone follows. That's about as far as I got. But it's something. They're kind of generic, but you know, it's better than the default. This would have been easier with tweezers. So I could actually push it back and forth. I just need to get that one right there. There we go. Is there still a little bit on there? I think there might be. Yeah, let me hit it again. Oh yeah, I forgot this one's clogged. Oh, there we go. Didn't get um, too much out of it from pressing hard. Now what did I do with the, oh here it is. Oh yeah, I'm gonna cut a piece off for this because then I can maneuver it easier with the tweezers. Where the heck are my black shears? What did I do with them? There they are. Getting covered under all the other crap. Ah, that's much better. There's like a little bit right there. I don't like that. Get off of there. Okay, that's good. Let's clean it. Yo, I just ate like I just ate like 2 hours ago and I'm hungry. What the heck? It's like an A stream, dude. I'm just gonna sit here and say I'm starving, you know? And then I'm gonna eat a random egg, random hard-boiled egg, and talk about Mackers, right? Jesus, I have a lot of flux on these tweezers. No, I just think it's kind of funny because it seems like almost every time when I randomly pop into Ace's streams, he's always hungry. I don't know if it's my timing or if it's like a thing. All right, let's get this stencil out. See what we got here. Good job, Creased. Let's clean this first. Where's that? There we are. Oop. Oh, flip over. All right. Now, stencils. Let's see. Which one of these might work? I literally only have these 3 stencils. What about this one? Oops. I mean to drop that down. These magnets are quite strong. Hey, get off. What are you doing? Alright, let's see. That's the fuel gauge. Would this one match up? That might be... that might actually be it. Wait, what does this say? It doesn't even say what that is, but that might be it. That's it, right? It's 5 by 4? Yeah, it is. That's perfect. Man. Get some soldering paste. And where's my spatula thing? Here we go. I never take my paste from the very bottom. I always take it from, cause like, there's like a well of flux that forms in that bottom of this thing. I don't know if, well, I'm on small camera, you guys wouldn't be able to see. So what I do is I just take some flux, or not flux, I take some of the solder paste and I kind of smear it around the sides and it kind of dries out. And then I just grab the solder paste from there. That's good. Clean this little area with a Kim wipe. And we're gonna take some tweezers. And probably not those ones. Where's my other curved tweezers? Actually don't know. They're not up here. It's weird. Well, I guess I'll use these ones. Who knows where those tweezers are? And we'll just put a little pressure while we use hot air, which we're only going to be at like, honestly, even 350 is like a little overkill, I feel. Because I think the melting point of these is like 183. So I'm just going to go like 320. I'm going to heat up the stencil. Then we're going to start from a corner. There we go. One of those looks a little weird, but we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. Just give it a second to cool. And we're gonna pop this up. Oh my god, I didn't even have to poke it out. It slipped right out perfectly. That looks pretty good. Yep, I'm liking that. I am liking that. It looks good. Now I can't pick this stencil up off my freaking silicone mat. It's because it's so thin. It's worse than trying to pick up like a dime. Oh well. I'll use my tweezers. How about that? Boom. Okay. Now, our pin one was, I need to go up a little on this. Our pin one was this bottom left, I think. Let me clean this up a little. Let's get, oh yeah, I forgot I moved my sponges to over here now. I need a better place for these. And we're just going to put a little bit of flux. Don't need a whole lot here. And we're going to grab our chip. Flip this over so I can read the text. Alright. Get down there. That is the right orientation, I think, because there's the little plus is right there in the bottom left. Ah, it's kind of hard to put there with that capacitor in the way. Right about there. It's a little crooked, but it's close enough that it'll snap onto where it needs to be once I heat it up. Oh, I didn't even read the second. Do you need to get your own donor keys? Uh, you can generate one. I don't remember if... I think you need to download something to generate the key. I forget what it is. I forget what program I used to do that before, because I did use a program to generate a donor key before. And then you just stick that in the level 3 Manfix Pro along with your firmware. But there's no way that melted already and into the wrong spot, is there? No, okay, it just moved. It just flowed a little. Let me turn off this heat for a second while I try to get this back where it belongs. Ah, the shakiness. Oh, right there. Yeah, I like that. Hopefully we're not going to flow away this time. And it should melt a lot quicker than before. Zoom out a little so I can see more of the solder around it. I looked away for a second. I'm not sure if it melted in the place or not. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. And we're just gonna give it a little tap if we can. It's gonna be a little tough for me. That's perfect. No, it would not change that. You wouldn't be able to use the online services with a donor key anyway, so it wouldn't make any difference. Okay, another thing I want to do is touch up this side of the audio chip, just with a soldering iron. Clean up my space a little bit. Right there is where I want to use my soldering iron and just kind of drag over it. Yeah, we got a face cam now, bro. And it had a delay at first, but we solved that too. I know, I upgraded. I finally was like, okay, I'll cave. I'll do the face cam. Can I fit this in there without... Oh yeah, that'll easily get in there. Hey, how's it going? Now let's use this flux. Perfect. And we'll add some solder. How's my tip looking? That's good. And we're just gonna drag our iron right there. And touch that one up a little if I can. My flux kind of float away. There. Put a little more solder on it. Sorry, I know you guys like you guys can't see because the framing is a little different on the camera. There. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's clean it up a bit. Man, this one, we were supposed to just be putting this one back together today. Now we're sitting here working on a project with it. Okay, let's use a sponge. I love the sponges. The only thing that I feel like really beats the sponge is the brush, like the toothbrush. Except not a toothbrush. The ones with the like super fine bristles are really good. But I don't like to use them all the time because the sponges do a pretty good job. Okay, let's see what's going on. Let's see if we have no audio still or audio issues. I kind of wish I left that speaker out so I could just plug in one speaker. Let me clean that paste off of this real quick because I hate putting things on my mat when there's thermal paste all over. I don't want to get thermal paste on the OLED screen. What did I do with the old chip? I don't even know. I wasn't going to use it, but it's stuck to something. Who knows? Maybe it's stuck to the feet of one of these. I don't know. Okay, let's put this in here. What if we just test it without even plugging in the OLED, you know? Because all we really need is to know it boots and have sound, right? But I guess we should probably still use the screen just because that's what we were doing before when it wasn't working and we don't want to change anything other than what we just did. Uh-oh, there's a bot. Mr. Bot. Get out of here. There. Okay. Uh-oh. Don't tell me we got LCD issues. This left side didn't want to go in. Oh, I think it's because the slider fell down. Not the slider, the little latch fell down. No, that's not it. It won't go in. Oh, jeez. Don't tell me one of the pins got bent. Let me take a peek before I go any further. Man, I've been doing such a good job at not breaking these lately. I finally break one again. Okay, I gotta come further out. No. No. Not like this. Which pen is that? Or is that two? That's two pins. Not like this. Sorry. Could call 8-bit. Here. Here's the damage. Wait. Right there. Can you see that on camera? Yes. Yes, you can. Dang, I was so good at not breaking these. And then I get a bent pin. How many of these do I have left? I have two. Dang, now I gotta heat up the same area again. It would have been nice to know this before I swapped that chip, because I could have done both at the same time. I need to buy more of these at the rate that I go through them. I just bought more of the V1, V2s, but I didn't get any OLED ones. At least they're an easy fix. Yeah, let me just do this one again, because I like how I can use this one for the USB-C right there. Perfect. Okay. Let's get this off. Dang. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to stream today. My left hand and wrist are killing me. I wanted to go till 5 o'clock, which is still an hour and a half away. Alright, let's do this. 450 should be at 450 at 50%. Perfect. What tweezers do I want? Not those ones. I use the titanium ones if I can find them. Where'd they go? Send help. I lost them. Oh, there they are. Okay. Okay, I gotta get my knee out of the way so I can get this at the right angle. There we go. Nice hot air in my face. Very warm. I feel like like I have my face staring into an open oven, but it's like not too hot. It's almost like a little pleasant. It's just warm. What are we doing? didn't think so. Still got a ways to go. I need to order some more of these off AliExpress, but I wanted to, like, next time I order off AliExpress, get like a bunch of crap in one go, because that's how you save money with AliExpress, really. Use a coupon code on a big order. They make it feel like it's a waste to order one thing at a time. That's how they get you, though. Might add some flux to this just to get it to heat up more evenly. Let's do that. Let's drop some flux on it. I usually do this LCD connector with no nozzle because it's a little easier and I don't have to move back and forth, but I already had the nozzle on and it was hot and I didn't feel like changing it. We are at 450, by the way. 450 at 50%. I can see some of them melting. 50% airspeed. My god, I'm almost tempted to add low melt solder. It's taking forever. It's weird. I've never had one of these take this long. I wonder if it's because it's either because of the nozzle or I don't know. Usually these are off by now. Something sinking all the heat? I don't know. Let me add some low melt. This will go faster. Where's my low melt? Here it is. Oh, it's taped shut. Yeah, I just don't want to keep cooking the board, you know? I wouldn't care if it was a donor, but this is not a donor. Okay, this cap is gonna be... Seems difficult to get off. There we go. Just had to get something up under it. Come on. Got it. This is actually my first time ever using low melt solder, by the way. I have never used this. Wow, it's so soft. I really don't care if there's a blob, right? This thing's coming off. Oh no, I dragged some over those freaking resistors. Hopefully it didn't stick. I don't know if I can get right here. Kind of. It's hard. Alright, let's try that hot air again now. Let me put this away. And I'm going to take the nozzle off this time, because it seems to work a lot better that way. I'm sure it's still hot. Let me see if I can just yank it off with a paper towel. There we go. Got it. Okay, so now that we have that off, we're going to go to 100%. Well, 99% airspeed. It doesn't actually go to 100%. Just going to make sure the board's reheated a bit. Okay. Tweezers. Wow, look at that. It came right off. What do you know? Wait, let me get this in focus. Full focus. How's that look on camera? Yeah, that looks good for you guys. Okay. Gotta switch my soldering iron tip here. It's already got low melt on there, so I'm not going to apply any more solder. We're just going to wick it. And for that, where the heck is my... Yeah, we'll just use this one. Put a little flux on this wick. That little solder ball just rolled off. Nice. Very nice. Like new. Wait, what is it? It's better than factory, right? Okay, now what did I do with that one that I took out for this? Oh wait, I knocked something off earlier. I wonder if that was it. Because something did fall into my lap. Nope, it's right here. Alright, let's put our new solder on anyway. Let me wipe up this activated flux. think that's what they say. All right. Switching tips again. This time we're going with the ball tip. It's my favorite one for adding solder. Oh wait, we need flux. That would help. Nice big glob so that all of our solder points are nice and shiny. And don't drag like that. That was not the plan. Okay, listen, I use this flux as an experiment because I usually use the Black Horse Repairs flux for this, but I was like, you know, maybe it'll work for me. So I put the nano flux on. Definitely not as good. It does okay, but I'm gonna redo it. I want it to look better than that. See, even with all that much flux too, I feel like I could have used less of the Omega 559 and gotten a better result. Let's use a cube. I got one right here actually. This one's already falling apart. I want to get in between that metal clip and this connector here. What I'm trying to do. RA Flux, Omega 559. By Black Horse Repairs. Got too much solder on this. There. A little more. I'll be honest, I didn't feel that much better. And I'm wondering, like, is it this new solder I got? Because I got the mechanic solder versus the solder I used to use. Let's see how this performs. Although I'm not going to change the flux, so I like how we're just experimenting now. Why do I feel like that performed way better than the mechanic solder? Even with old flux. Maybe solder type, well, solder brand does make a difference. Who knows? But anyway, that's good. You can put the port on. And let me clean up a little bit of this. We don't need that much flux. This we can use the nanoflux for, just a little thin layer. Just make sure we're covering all those points. And we're going to set our connector down. And we're going to work this into place. Sometimes this takes me a while. Sometimes I get lucky and do it right off the bat. That is, ooh, that's pretty close to perfect. I'm a little afraid to bump it because I think that's good enough. All those pins are aligned. Alright, let's take it over the edge. Same as before. There you go. Same as before, we heat from the bottom, 450 at 99% airspeed. Sometimes these lay down perfect, sometimes I have to solder them on and then put my tweezers over them and press down and heat it up again. I do believe that the solder has melted, so it looks like I'm going to have to press this one down a bit. Let's see. Hold on. Nope, never mind. I thought those ground points on the edge had attached. Looks like they haven't. There we go. Now they've melted. Still looks like I'm going to have to press down on it a little. Not all of those pins are connected. This part can be a little tricky. Oh, I moved it a little. That's unfortunate. And that's what makes it tricky. It's a little difficult when you have nowhere to rest your hand. We're good though. We'll test each of these pins. But they all look pretty good. You guys see that? Yeah, you can see. Oh yeah, every single one of those ones are good. What about the other side? Oh yeah, those are all good too. Yep, we're good. Alright, let's clean this up a bit. Yep, there you go. Let it cool down a bit first. We can use a dry Q-tip. And we can also use some air on the board to help cool it down a little faster. You can blow some of that flux out of that port. There's some in there. We should be cool enough now. You know what, let's use a cube first. Now let's flush this. Making sure that there's no flux left in those ports. Alright, let's see what we got. Now we can test our reball of that one chip. Got some flux around there. It's okay. Wait, the speaker's not over there. Needs to be in there. Okay. Is that in? I think we're in. It's still hitting this speaker wire. Get over there. There. Okay, perfect. Okay, our LCD's in. Now that that's in, I want to take a brush and just brush this. This is the brushes I was talking about. And we're not adding so much alcohol that it can get to the screen, because that would be bad. So we're just doing a little bit. Don't want it to get to the OLED. It's a little squishy in there. Let me pop this back out. Where's my other spudger? Here it is. Just want to make sure that no alcohol got back there. To just take one of these cotton swabs. Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, I think we're fine. Is there any, nope, back of that's nice and clean. Okay. The speaker wire's out of place again. There. Man, I gotta clean my gloves. Got flux on them. Alright. Having trouble getting that in there. Oh, the latch is down, that's why. I was like, why won't this go in? Don't tell me I broke it again. No, the latch was just, had fallen down. Okay, plug in our speakers, because that's what we're testing. This one is kind of a pain to plug in. It's not behaving. Work with me. Look at the blunt tweezers. They'll probably have a better grip on this than those ones. Oh yeah, that was much better. Now if I could just get it to lift up to go in there. I have never had this much trouble with a frickin' speaker before. Holy. It feels like this cable is like out farther than it usually is. I can't like get the port up and in without it wanting to like move. What the heck? I'm about to set a record for the longest attempt to plug in a speaker. Push this wire like back in there or something. That would be nice. I got it, guys. Whew. That was crazy. I feel like my camera's not quite synced again. It was perfect. What happened? Okay, I think all we need, well, the power cable now would just be convenient. And we just need batteries so we can hear what's going on when we turn it on, because we need power, right? Put one screw in just to keep it in place. Alright, what do we get? Ooh, it still did it. I would almost say that sounded worse. So that was not the problem. Because we even switched out the chip. Huh. It's gotta be related to that audio chip still. I wonder if it's worth taking it off and seeing what's going on below it. Maybe one of those traces was too bad and I didn't really notice. Gotta charge my screwdriver soon. That's right, I gotta unplug these speakers. This one was a pain in the ass. And now I gotta unplug it. Oh, kind of pulling on that power cable a little. All right. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, 8-bit. Because I have swapped the chip. I haven't swapped the speakers, but we did take that other speaker, and it was still doing the same thing. So I guess that kind of counts as swapping the speakers. Do that. Switch scene for you guys. Okay, let's start testing some of these. How's that look for you guys? Let me... Wait, why am I doing that? Wait. Perfect, right there. Sushi, what's up? Lurking from work, dude. I appreciate it. Trying to figure out audio issues with this one. Let's take another peek just with our eyeballs and see if anything jumps out. I do notice one thing, I don't know if this is an issue, but if you guys look, see this capacitor is like half darkened right there? Well, so is that one. So I don't know, maybe that's like, oh yeah, a bunch of these are. Maybe that's just how they're supposed to be. Are those caps? It's weird. We could also poke on the chip and see our diode was. I know I did swap this resistor from another board, and this one was a different color, but it should be the exact same. I want to bring up my board view. Right here, put it on this monitor. Okay, what do we got over here? I think I did diode readings on these previously, and they were pretty normal. Let's just check for shorts. But first, let's make sure all these resistors are working. That's kind of a hard one too. Let me just poke here and then try and get there. That's tough. 100 ohm resistor, okay. What are these? Is this a cap? I guess so. What does this cap read? Wait, so these are these not caps then? Because that's 0 ohms, and we should be reading mega ohms, right? If that was a cap. So what is this? I don't even know what that component is. Let me poke on here with diode mode again. That's normal. That's normal. 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 Let's poke on these pins. I want to check these pins on this audio chip. See what we're getting. All of these bottom ones should be in the range of 0.37 to 0.5-ish. And there's one low at 0.086. Okay, that's normal. That one's okay. Next one is 3.8. That one's okay. What about that one? Yeah, that one's fine. Did I already poke this one? Yeah, okay. Yep, yep, yep. I think one of the next ones is low. Probably this one? No? Next one? Yeah, this one, that's normal. 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 Okay. Let's check the right side. Let me switch hands. We're looking for, next one's low. Good. This one is 0.5. Yeah, that's good. Next two is 0.59 and then 0.69. Okay, yeah, those are fine. Hi, Luna. How's it going? We're just poking stuff and dabbling. The next three are nothing, I think. Wait, the next three, which is this one, are these just that same pin? I don't know. They don't have a reading on the board view I have. What's this one? That's ground, so that's okay. What's on the menu? We're trying to figure out why the audio is not working on this Nintendo Switch. This is the one that had liquid damage, and I replaced the audio chip, and we reballed this other little chip next to it. This one right here, it's slightly off camera. This one right here, we reballed this. It it actually worked for a second. I turned it on, then I put it back together, and then it decided to make a horrible sound when it turns on, and then it has no audio. So we replaced this chip after reballing did nothing, just to make sure. I've replaced this cap over here, but that was because I lost it when I did the audio chip. And now I'm just poking around the audio chip, trying to figure out why the speakers aren't working. We already tested the speakers too. We did plug in another speaker and it was still doing the same thing. So something is going on here. I don't have a, I'm not sure what these ones are supposed to be. They're not in the board view. I could always compare them to my other OLED, but it wouldn't be. Wait, no, I do have a functioning OLED somewhere. Right next to me, in fact. Wait, I don't have a reading for that one either. Is that normal? That's number 4? What does this one read on pin 4? This is a good board. Okay, yeah, it's about the same. Alright, we were on pin 4, so 5 is just about the same, which I guess is normal. That one's normal. Normal. The next one should be right there. Yep, yep. And then this one should be like 0.8. Yep. And then we have ground. Good. We have 0.37. That's good. It's close enough. And that one's close enough. So, I mean, we only have one more side of the chip to test. Actually, yeah, I'll test it this way. What's on this side? These ones are pretty high readings. They should be above 1. Yeah, that should be 0. That's right. This one should be like 1.8. That's kind of low. I might double check those on my board that's working. Because that one would be low too, according to the board view. That one's normal. Let me see. So it was the second 2. Eh, get down there. So this one, 1.2. That's the same as the other board, right? Then 0.9, that's also the same as the other board. So the other board view is just wrong. What else do we have? It doesn't have readings for the next 4, but we can speculate. They're probably all connected because they all read the same. This one should be 0.49. Yeah, we're pretty dang close. 0.49 and 0.49, 0.49. So we have perfect diode readings on the audio chip itself. Let's look at the back real quick. Make sure there's nothing weird on the back. This audio chip is right here, so a little I don't know what that is. Looks like something melted to that. I probably should have taken off that heat spreader That's pretty, you know what? That's probably why it took so long to do the LCD, because this heat spreader, well, it's not a heat spreader, it's just a metal cover, but it was taking all the heat. I should have taken that off. I don't see anything on the back that would cause issues. I don't know what this is. Kind of sticky. That is weird. What else is going on around this area? There's really not a whole lot over here. Hmm. Where's my working board? Let's see. I want to look at. I want to look at this piece right here. This cap. One on that side. Is this even a cap? I actually don't know. I'm not sure what these uh, half black ones are. All the pins are fine on the actual audio chip. So we know it's soldered on well. That's higher than the other one. Wait, was that higher? Wasn't I getting like 1 on this? 1.1-ish. Why is it higher on the other one? So maybe that pin isn't fine. But this didn't that just run to ground? Where does this go? Oh no, it connects to these and then goes over to here. And then goes who knows where. Let's see. That goes into where the eMMC connects. Not the eMMC, sorry. I often mix up the game card reader on the OLED with the eMMC because they both pop out of a socket like that. So it goes to the game card reader and the SD card reader. And all the pins in this are good, right? Yeah. What about, I mean, well, it wouldn't matter if these pins are messed up because we've tested it without this and it still doesn't work. I'm wondering, well, okay, so I pulled this cap right here, which I don't know if this is a cap, honestly, I don't know. But I pulled this from another OLED. This is a donor part, but it came from, where's that? It came from this board, which is a little different here, because you'll notice this one has these little blue things, and this board doesn't. They're different colors. But they're all in the exact same layout, so I assumed it was the same. They are slightly different layout. Well, they're different boards. This one's HEG CPU 10, and this one's CPU 01. I wonder if they did have different values. What's this one? This one's CPU 10, so this is the same exact... My good board is the same as the one we're working on right now. I wonder if that cap could be the issue. I really want to know if that's even a cap. It's bothering me that I keep calling it a cap, and I'm not sure what it is. I could try to figure out what that is and what the value of it is. I do have, I think I have a capacitor book. No, I only have a resistor book. I need to get a capacitor book. I don't have one yet. And I don't have any other donor OLEDs. The O1 board is the only one I had. I think I have, you know what? I think I have a picture of all the components on an OLED with their values. Let's see if I can find that. I put it in a, yeah, here we go. Okay. OLED component value. Perfect. So, which version is this? This is O1 though. This isn't the same. So that's a little bit of an issue. What does that say? I can't even read that. I don't even know what that is. What does that say? 2? Something in, is that an NF? So is that 20 NF? Maybe? I don't know. But if it's 20 on there, I wish I had another one of these for the other version. Hmm. Sorry, I'm staring at it again real quick. And they didn't change audio chips between these, did they? They're the exact same audio chip, right? Like there's ALC, what's that? ALC 5639. Yeah, those are the same. Wait, M1A1421. I think that's just the ID though, right? That's not the part number or anything. You think it could be NH? I know, dude. I wish I wish it was like better handwriting on it. Let me take another glance. That could be an H. You're right, that could be an H. That looks more like an H than an F. I wonder if I can find anything online. Um, I know I have another thing bookmarked of Nintendo Switch stuff. What's this one? This is regular. Oh wait, no, that was Switch OLED components. This might be the same picture though. Top components. Yeah, this is the same picture. Hmm. I don't know. Okay. Either way, if this happens to be our issue, I don't have anything to put there. So, hmm. If that's an inductor, then The resistance should be 0, right? Yeah, it could be then. It's because that's not a cap. Definitely not a cap. That has to be an inductor. Well, I don't have any spare inductors, but that's what I want to try first. So I might set this switch aside and look into getting that, because that's kind of what I want to try first. I wonder if I need to find a good sample book with inductors and caps. What is this? That's a is that an 0201? Is that an 0402? It's an 0201, isn't it? Pretty sure. Um, God, I'm not sure what to do from here other than research it more and look into getting a part replacement for it. And then if that doesn't work, then we can try other things. Too bad this is my fully functional board that I keep to test diode readings and stuff. This is a good OLED. I don't want to take any parts off of this. And the donor one's not the same version. Alright. I guess we're setting this one aside for now until I can figure out exactly what goes there and get a replacement for it. I need to write, like, on a note or something. I'm gonna keep these parts together as well. Oh, button fell out. Let me just set this in here. Doesn't have to be way in there. Actually, yeah, I'll just see it the right way. Why not? The speaker wire can be over there. I don't care. These are such a pain to get in and out. Why can't they be like their brothers? The V1, V2, which is so much easier. Okay, I'll just leave that like that. Might as well just kind of like set this in here on it. And then we'll keep this fan with it. Nope, that's upside down. Where's the heat sink? I'll just throw this on. Guess I can't really slide that under. There. Okay. Where did this button go? I know it went in here somewhere. Oh, right here. There. Oh, that's just, it's not a button. That's just the light sensor. I see. You know, we'll just slap that on there. Put this on there. And then I will put a sticky note on this. Where are my sticky notes? There they are. And let me just write on this real quick. My pin. Okay, this is the audio issues needs inductor by audio IC. Yeah, that's fine. I haven't had to set a board aside in a while. I usually just have everything I need. Well, I don't know. I guess that's it for today. I don't really feel like busting out another Nintendo Switch because I was planning on ending in like 20 minutes anyway. Like what all we're gonna be able to do is open it up and we're not gonna be able to test it or anything. I will be back Monday. Hopefully, hold me to that. I honestly, I'm pretty bad about, you know, regularly streaming. I tend to just, I don't feel like it today, and then I don't stream, and then I'll randomly stream for like 3 days in a row. I want to get more consistent with it. I don't know what days I want to settle on yet. At first I was like doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday was my goal, but I kind of like Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's also awesome because Nano streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I have a chance to catch his audience because I usually stream later than him, you know? Thank you, Luna. You have a good evening too. I'm just cleaning up and then I'll be ending the stream. Don't you guys want to watch me clean up? This is like the best part of the stream. Alright, guys. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and I appreciate the people who are on Twitch and YouTube. Hopefully I can oh my god, someone subscribed 23 minutes ago. Adrian. How did I not? I swear to God, I didn't hear an alert. I need to figure something out with that because I did not hear an alert. Um, but thank you for the sub. And I think I was saying thank you for hanging out on Twitch and YouTube because on Twitch I think I'm maybe able to be affiliate now. All right. Anyways, I'll see you guys on Monday. Maybe I'm not saying I will during the weekend, but I do have someone who wants me to. Oh, there was no sound? Okay, I gotta figure that out. Um, I have someone who wants me to mod their Nintendo Switch, depending on when they drop it off. I want to stream that. I don't know what day it's gonna be. So, I don't know. We'll see about that. Anyways, I'm yapping. I'll see you guys Monday for sure. I'll be here Monday for sure. So, have a good evening, afternoon, whatever it is for you guys, and take it easy. Bye.